You're listening to KLEB, 1600 AM and K274DE, 102.7 FM, Golden Meadow.
Good evening and welcome to Inside TARPON Athletics. Coach Brian Callais here, alongside Truck Disclair, working the board and the computer. Excited for another good show dealing with TARPON Athletics. We're sponsored by Henry Lafourche, School Board Member, District 7, Doug Fab, 3T Oil Change, DTP Clothing, Mrs. Brandy's Doggy Daycare, Barry Ogeron Insurance Agency, Danos, Lafourche Furniture and Appliances, and Jen Gators. We're going to get things kicked off right off the bat. You got that, Chandler? Bat, baseball?
Love it.
We have Coach Chandler Guidroz here coming in the studio once again. Coach, how we doing this evening? Thanks for coming in.
Doing excellent. A little tired, but we're doing great.
Yeah, look, your team, since the last time we had the show, your team's been pretty impressive, playing some good ball toward the end of the season. Just talk about from the Assumption game until last night's game. Give us a little brief breakdown.
Yeah, look, got on a good run. We were really pitching it well. We hitting it well. Had a couple of snafus there where maybe our lineup wasn't as lengthened as we'd have liked, especially against Allender. But you tip your cap to those guys. Dakota Porsche threw a great game against us. He was excellent. And then, starting this week, faced, probably the two best teams we played thus far this year and performed really well. Had many opportunities to win the first one, shut it down, and, things just didn't go our way. It was a grueling one. And then last night, I mean, that's one of the most special ones I've been a part of.
Yeah, let's dive into last night's game, the closest game we had. Coach, you guys are playing extremely well. I mean, it looks like they're comfortable, they're having fun, and that's a credit to you guys, what y'all doing on the coaching staff. But that was a tremendous game, and Chuck and I were talking during the broadcast where they may have gotten 5 or 6 hits on your pitcher, but it wasn't like solid base hits. Turn it around when y'all had to play, y'all were hitting the ball hard.
Yeah, look, we were locked in. And scouting Lutcher, I know what their record is. I know where they ranked. I thought in scouting that we were the better team. What worried me was coming after the hangover of the night before. It was a late game. I know myself personally, I don't eat supper till 12:30 that night. It was a long, grueling day, a big challenge for our kids. And after we worked the field, we gave them a little challenge about which team was going to show up. And they got there and produced. You look at what Julian did.
Tremendous.
He's not an older freshman. That kid's still 14 years old. You look at defensively, 0 errors committed. Unreal. And then offensively, you throw strikes, you catch the ball. I think that our offense could always put up enough runs to win a game. And just good team ABs. We looked at our QAB percentage, quality at bat percentage, which is an analytic that we use. Our goal's 50%. We were at 63% against one of the best programs in the state of Louisiana. Unreal.
Yeah, and it's like your kids don't get rattled at all.
No.
How many times this year you might start off 2-0, y'all come right back and score 2 runs? They don't get rattled at all.
No, and look, last night it was a challenge. We're so used to JP being that first guy that gets on, and last night he hits a rope, one pitch, you out. So we had refs fake bunting, just trying to see a couple of pitches, and they walk him, and then Jack, unreal. I mean, when we get a steal call with him, he looks at it as a hit and run. Where if that pitch is in the strike zone, he has such good barrel control, he'll send it, where we want it. So. Just tremendous production from the top. Our bottom extended at bats, got on base, good bunting, good base running, good everything, man. It was just, like I said, I know on paper what they were and, where we were ranked, but that was 2 evenly matched teams. We played better, period.
Let me ask you this. What is the purpose like fake bunting? Is that when you do it, is it strictly a take call and you just don't want the batter standing up on the take? How does that work? Yeah,
so different situations. A lot of times we use it just to get a pitch count up. And if we're going to take it anyway, it's for the batter to get his head down where we're seeing the pitch all the way through, kind of seeing how the ball's moving. A lot of times you see a lot with us. We fake bunt and steal a lot. That's a big part of our offense. And then for me as a coach calling it at third base to see how their defense is moving to where if I do want to put a real bunt on, which direction we're trying to go and how they are showing that they're going to react to it.
And you mentioned base running. I found this year y'all are much more, I guess, smarter on the base patch. Y'all not having many errors.
Yeah, look, we spent time on that base running and bunting, and you'll notice, y'all go to our games, we don't take in and out, okay? The reason for that, we got early in the year and practices get long. You're trying to get everything in, cram it in. We added it up. We were spending an hour and 15 minutes a week on something that's just show, just putting makeup on to do something before a game, to whereas we could spend that hour, 15 minutes a week on bunting and base running, and we stressed it in practice. Our kids bought in. We got good at it. And I don't care what we look like before a game. It's what we do between the white lines. And the kids have bought in. A dirt ball read, catcher, good luck. You know, we know what we're reading. We seeing it out the hand. We taking that base. Bunting, not just when we need to do it. When we want to do it, we're able to do it. So our offense is extended. We don't rely on the 3-run home run like we did 3 and 4 years ago, but we're still producing runs at that same rate.
Yeah, and that was something I wanted to ask you about the infield before a game. I was like, you just don't do it, or they take it earlier before people get there. But yeah, that's a great explanation of that. They spend more time, and it's showing.
Yep, it doesn't matter. Like I said, it's not how pretty you are. It's what you do between the white lines. So other teams go ahead. That's other teams go take it on our field. You good? We beating teams that do that. So all good.
And Coach, let's talk a little about the Destrehan game. I mean, what a heartbreaker. You guys played well. The final score is not even close to what the game was. It just at the end kind of got away from y'all. But just talk about your performance against Destrehan. Yeah,
and look, it was a strange game. Once again, Destrehan, Letcher, it don't matter. We're not going to be intimidated by a team. We saw who they played. They played the best of the best and beating them. They just won the 5A district. But over the past few years, you look at every game we played with them. Last year was 2-1. Before that, we had won 3 in a row against those guys. So we were confident going in. And, we punched them in the mouth early, put up a 4 spot early on. Then we get that, from the bottom of the first inning until the bottom of the second inning, it was roughly, I know it was an hour delay. It was roughly an hour and a half from when we grabbed the bat again. They switched pitchers. I think they realized what was up. And, our kids competed hard. I thought we pitched it well. We played defense. Some unfortunate things that I don't want to get too much into, but it was a strange game, frustrating game, stressful for our coaches and kids. But more than that, our team motto is "So what, now what." Once it was over, and you saw what you saw last night.
Yeah, talk about the decision, going to change pitchers after that long delay, which that's something you had to do.
Yeah, and look, Josh was, he was throwing it well, but he was also struggling with command. But even if he wasn't, if he was dealing, just like same thing with their guy, he was coming out. That long, there's no reason for it. It stunk for both teams because we all had big games left to play in the week. But it's about taking care of a kid at that point. That kid, Josh Mack, has a future not just in baseball but in football. And, even if he didn't, it's protecting a kid and making sure that we're doing right by him.
And talk about how you had to adjust, players and coaches, with changing the umpire. It was a different umpire. And what you tell your kids, like if the strike zone was changing, right? And let's call it like it was all over the place. What do you tell your kids in that situation?
And look, it was changing every pitch, and I don't want to harp too much on it because it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. I think that it's not why we lost. We had opportunities, but the outcome could have been different in different circumstances. But with that, it's more, hit the fastball for a strike. Hit it if it's there. Hit it, and you get until you get 2 strikes on you, don't change your approach. But once you get 2 strikes on you, got to protect. And I think our kids adjusted. It wasn't good for their guys either.
It was both ways.
But just felt like it hit one side more than the other. But those guys back there are doing the best they can, and they don't care who wins or loses. Umpires don't care who wins or loses a game, man. They're trying to do the best they can and do what's right by the kids as well. So the guy did the best he could, but it is what it is.
Yeah, overall, the umpiring has been great this year.
Absolutely. Yes.
Nothing, you can't complain on that. But let's look ahead what the Tarpons have to finish the season. You got a game tomorrow. You got a big one on Saturday. Then you're going to finish up on Monday at home.
Yep. So Terrebonne tomorrow. Don't pay attention to their record, guys. Go look at who they played. They might as well play Catholic High for 30 games. And they did play them a couple of times, or one time. They played CCA multiple times. They play in the Parkview Baptists twice. they really challenged themselves, and their record is what it is, and it stinks from a PowerPoint perspective because they're a really good team. They beat us pretty good this summer, but still on paper, the math is they're an 8-win team, so you got to go beat them if you want to get to where you want to go. So hopefully we could just jump on them early and put a little doubt in their head and kind of, muddy up the water a little bit. And then with Thibodaux, they're pretty locked in. I think they're 23-24 right now. They're right on that edge of being locked in. Big game for both teams, man. Great coaching staff, great players. They're very senior-heavy this year. And with Houma Christian, the Pertwee boys have been there forever. They're studs, and they're having an outstanding season. I know that we got the better of them these last 2 seasons, but they're really a tremendous team. They're going to win 20 games this year. So some big challenges coming up. Just looking forward to get back at the park, outside of, you take it one game at a time, but our home record this year is outstanding.
Yes.
I believe it's 11-1, and that one is that Destrehan, whatever it was the other night. So really been tremendous to have that home field advantage.
Let's look at the playoff picture. Y'all kind of on the outside looking in right now. Have you looked at it with numbers-wise? Is there any chance?
There's always a chance. You need help at this point. We had looked at it. We thought that if we won out, that we had a pretty good shot going into this week. Once you drive that Destrehan game, it's tough. And it doesn't matter that they're going to be a 23, 24-win team. You got to beat them. You needed the 44 points, not the 24 points. So, look, it is what it is. We're taking it one game at a time. The numbers are going to be what they're going to be. But we're just looking forward to get back to the yard tomorrow.
Yeah, and I'm sure the guys are still focused, and the big picture may be out, but you still have to win to have that shot maybe at the end.
Yep, for sure. And look, we're doing historic things in terms of our program's history. Last night we just achieved 3 out of 5 years, 20-win season, 4th time in program history, and we own 3 of them in the last 5 years. This group was a part of 2 of them. One more win, you are tied for the second best record in school history in the regular season. And, push forward, see how far you can take it, man. And it's about winning the games on that day. The numbers are going to be what they're going to be.
Yeah, and it's just crazy where you can have the win in a season in baseball history and not even get in the playoffs.
Yep, and
it's what it is, but
yep, it's unfortunate, and it's more unfortunate because we're not where we belong. And kids were wrong 3 years ago when that decision was made by an executive committee. And I don't know if I get in trouble, whatever. An executive committee with no vote. We just had a vote in January, what it should be, that we're a Division II school. So the no vote rule is in place to where we voted on it, and it's not. And it just stinks for the kids, man. That's who's getting hurt.
I'm a little nervous on this because for next year, it looks like you would be Division II.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't seen anywhere, and I asked Coach Jenkins, and he's pretty much in the LHSA in Owens, and he's not sure when this ruling goes in effect.
No, and, just listening and hearing people and hearing you guys talk about it, there's no date. It's July 1. But I still haven't seen anything in writing in black and white.
And that's how in black and white it says no date. It turns July 1. So it should be, but do you really want to trust it?
And it's amazing how it could change the first time in Jamboree time during the football season.
Crazy. Before we let you go, I know you got a meeting at 7 o'clock, and we have to talk about Josh Pierce. The season he's having, Jack LaDay. I mean, quality. The plays that Pierce made at shortstop this year.
Yeah.
And when he gets on base, it's like you should just put him standing up at third already because he's so aggressive and he's knowledgeable, and it's just amazing. I don't want to single out some guys, but at the top of your order, along with Res Due in there, and then you got Mackinac coming up, that's pretty solid.
Yep, and what JP's doing, it's almost irreplaceable. There's nobody you're going to plug in to do what he does. That guy's at 27 steals and 47 hits on the year, where he could have a legitimate 50-30 season.
Amazing.
Jonah Callais, his senior year, had 52 hits, including the playoffs, and we know he was a first-team All-State guy. JP's at 47 with 3 games possibly remaining on the schedule. Just tremendous. If he's not All-State, it's ridiculous. But and then Jack, man, he's he had a slow start to the year. He kind of, I think, put a lot on himself to try to put the team on his back, and then when he just plays, man, he's unreal. The barrel control that I always talk about. So as JP, I'll say he's one of the most instinctual players we ever coached, probably the best bunter and base runner. And Jack probably has the best eye, ball, or strike. What should I be swinging at as anyone we've ever had?
And you talking about bunt, Angelette.
Yeah.
What a bunt he had. Was it last night?
Yep.
And the speed. And you think not just on offense at the plate, but, Coach, your guys on defense, they don't make errors.
Yep.
And Res Dewey at second. Did he make an error this year?
I'm sure there was one or two early on, but it hasn't been recently. And look, going into the season, I thought that we'd be moving Rest to the outfield, and one of those freshmen we'd taken that second base spot, and he said,
Yeah.
And he competed his butt off. He deserves to be where he's at. Tremendous year, and just not to say surprised, but he stepped up in a big way from a sophomore to a junior.
Yeah, and it's just fun to watch your team play because they compete so hard, and the outfield solid.
Yep, and what Brennan Reelman does behind the plate is it allows us to have an Eddie Galicia at third base, and I don't care how many good outfields we've had. When we have Caden Angelette, Jack Leday, and Josh Mack in the outfield, any ball hit there, I think it's caught.
Yep.
It's as good as any group we've had.
And we spoke about this. When you look at the end of the season MVP, when you look at the entire picture, Ryleman is the MVP.
Yeah, he's just made
because
such
what
a
he
difference.
allows you, like you just mentioned, and he got an arm, man. It's like, I don't know if coaches are looking at scouting, but you can't run on him.
No, it's
and they keep trying.
And every time they do, I just say, keep proving him wrong, kid. And he gets pumped up. He's just a fiery guy, and it's been fun to watch his development because he's more. We thought we could get away with him being serviceable. He ain't just serviceable, man. He's good back there. He's really good.
Yes, and he blocks the ball well.
Yep.
And, also, when the 9-0 hitter, he can bunt when you need to. And,
absolutely.
Hey, yeah, great job. Well, Coach, thanks so much for coming in. I know it's kind of out of your way with y'all meeting coming up at 7 o'clock. We really do appreciate you coming in, and the best of luck the next 3 games. And don't worry about playoffs. Just go 3-0.
Yep, just go in, baby.
All right. That was Coach Chandler Guidroz, head baseball coach, South Lafourche High School. We're going to take a break. When we get out of the break, we're going to go to the phone lines, and we're going to talk some track and field. Brendan Adams will be joining us right here on Inside Tarpon Athletics.
Fab Incorporated is your first choice for professional HVAC duct systems. From project concept, design, drafting, to production and installation. Duct Fab prides itself in serving all of your HVAC system needs, from residential, commercial, municipalities, and industrial, marine, and land-based facilities. Duct Fab is there to serve the Gulf Coast and River region with its locations in Houma and Hazelhurst, Mississippi. Duct Fab, 352 Equity Boulevard, Houma, Louisiana, 985-876-3400. Duct Fab.
Gen Gators Power Systems is the area's leading Kohler standby generator solution, specializing in maintenance, repair, and installation on all major brands, from gas to diesel and 2 kW to 2000. Home or commercial, our team has you covered. Our factory-certified technicians and installers are highly trained to provide response and repair when you need it the most. We service what we sell, period. Trust the Gen Gators, where we sink our teeth into service.
Down the Bayou Clothing Company would like you to know that they bleed blue and are a big supporter of South Lafourche athletics. But the folks at DTB Clothing also are equally passionate about our community, offering school spirit shirts, customized gear, and much more, giving top quality and elite customer service with their work. Visit DTB Clothing online today at dtbclothingstore.shop to see the latest and new designs. As DTB Clothing, go Tarpons.
Since 1949, Lafourche Furniture and Appliance has been providing high-quality furniture and appliances, helping transform houses into homes. Whether you're furnishing your first home, upgrading your kitchen, or simply looking for a single piece to complete a room, we're here to help you. Family-owned and operated, we take pride in treating every customer like one of our own. Lafourche Furniture and Appliance offers whirlpool sales and service, lazy boy, and free local delivery. Visit us at 14672 West Main Street in Cutoff, or simply call 985-632-3131.
Barry Ogeron Insurance Agency, LLC, your local Horace Mann insurance agent, provides quality service and lifelong financial well-being to educators and others who serve the community through a full range of tailored insurance and financial services products. Stop by Barry Ogeron Insurance Agency today, 15642 West Main Street, Cutoff, or call 985-632-2893. Barry Ogeron Insurance Agency.
Are you looking for an overnight stay or daycare for your dog? Contact Miss Brandy's Doggy Daycare and Boarding right here in Cutoff. At Miss Brandy's, she makes your dogs feel at home with climate-controlled, large suites, private quiet areas if needed, and more. They also offer obedience training. Contact Miss Brandy today for more information or for a meet and greet. Want that peace of mind that your dog is in great hands while you are gone? Call Miss Brandy's Doggy Daycare and Boarding in Cutoff at 985-665-7456.
Henry Lafont, a proud South Lafourche High School alumni and Lafourche Parish School Board member for District 7, will always put the education of Lafourche Parish children as his top priority. Henry Lafont would like to wish the South Lafourche High School teams all the best this school year. Go Tarpons, from Henry Lafont, Lafourche Parish School Board member, District 7. Welcome back to Inside Tarpon Athletics. Coach Brian Callais here alongside Truck Gisclair. Let's go to the phone lines for the first time, and we're going to go to South Lafourche High School, their head track coach, Coach Brendan Adams. Coach, how we doing this evening?
Doing great, Coach. How about yourself?
Oh, man, doing well. Listen, let's talk about the Terrier relays you had a couple of weeks ago and also the Tiger relays. How things are looking for the track and field program at South?
Oh, we looking good, man. We did at the Tiger relays last week. We got third, both the boys and the girls, and there was it was close to 20 teams that showed up that day, so we looked pretty good.
Yeah, Coach, the Tiger relays normally they have a bunch of teams, so with 20-something teams, that's a good showing for you guys. Tell us about how you guys and girls are performing. Let's take the field first. How are they performing in the field events?
We had some good PRs. Claire Rebstock is getting real close with the discus to hitting that 100-foot mark. She PR'd with, I believe it was 98 feet. Also, we had Hannah Chasson. She went over 100 for the first time with the javelin. So they got some good PRs. Jack Redding PR'd with the discus. I think he went 162. So he was way ahead of the field. I think the next place guy was maybe 130-something, so he won by about 30 feet. Jacques Billiot, same thing. I believe he PR'd in the javelin with 140-something. So we had a bunch of PRs in the field for sure.
And Coach, what you attribute to records being broken, like school records and early in the season, but also young athletes? What you attribute that success to?
I believe that they get interested real young when they're in middle school, and I know they have the Down the Bayou Track Club that started a few years back, and the earlier you could get these kids used to the implements, the less you have to teach them when they get into high school. So it's just like when you start with Bantam football or Biddy basketball, they learn those skills at a young age. By the time they get to the high school level, they already at least somewhat prepared and familiar with the implements.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. The feeder programs, when you can get feeder programs and when they get to you, they know the event, you can just work more on the fundamentals. So let's talk about the track. Normally, we mentioned this before, where South Lafourche, you don't think they would have much success in the sprints and all that, but y'all having success sprints and long distance.
Oh, yes, sir. We had a bunch of points made, especially in the boys' side on the track. The girls, they dominate mostly on the field. We get a few points on the track, but the boys, we got points throughout the whole meet. I was excited to see Yair Torres. He continued his streak with the 400-meter dash, and he did well in the 200 too. He made some points. Josh Guidroz, same thing. He's been continuing that streak with the mile. And we ended up trying them in the 800, which is pretty hard running the mile and the 800 because they're not that far apart. But he ended up getting third in the 800 as well, so that was exciting to see.
Coach, how your numbers are toward the end of the season coming up? Have your numbers stayed consistent throughout the year?
Yes, sir. We've been pretty much in the 50s for practice. Even the freshmen, their season's over, and they've been coming to practice every single day. So it's really good to see that these kids are still interested, even when their season's over. They're still trying to better themselves and looking forward for next year already. You know, so it's really exciting to see that.
Now you're bringing up the freshmen. Let's talk about their meets. Last two meets, South Terrebonne and Central. How did those freshmen perform?
They did well. We had low numbers. Cheer had some tryouts, so we had a few of the girls not being able to make it. But even with that, we still performed pretty well, especially in the field. Our track, we made a few points, especially in distance, with Henry Arugio and Isabella Diaz. They do well in the distance races. But we have a good crew. We have a good freshman crew, and they're very dedicated. So I'm looking forward to see how they progress. Speaking
of a good crew, let's shout out some of those assistant coaches. I know they work hard, and it takes a bunch of coaches. You have some guys and girls coaching different events. Just shout out your coaches.
Yeah, for sure. We have Coach Eric Zach. He does a really good job with our distance crew. He helps me out with cross country. We a dual head coach for cross country, so he's really good with that. My wife, Coach Annie Jo Adams, she does the hurdles. She's been progressing them very well. We have a few hurdlers that might make it, or will hopefully definitely make it to regionals and maybe even state. We have Coach Jeremy Wilson, who's been doing a fantastic job with our shot putters. Coach Freya Bruce, does a mixture of jumps and javelin. We have Coach Corey Callais that does the discus. He's been doing really well with the discus. We have Coach Matt Cheramie with the jumps. And then we have Coach Benjamin Berthelot. He's been volunteering his time as well, helping out with the jumps. So we have a really good crew of coaches here.
Yeah, it's nice. Coach, let's talk the hurdles for a second. A lot of times you're going to see, like I can't believe this person's running the hurdles. They're not fast, but there's a lot of technique involved. So kudos to your wife, Annie Jo, for coaching those hurdles, because it is a lot of technique.
Oh, it's very hard, and she didn't do hurdles. She didn't compete in hurdles when she was in high school, so all of that is learned throughout, the off season, and she does a very good job explaining to the athletes what to do, points out their weaknesses to get them better. She has a really good crew, and they're very dedicated. I find that hurdlers and pole vaulters, for whatever reason, they're super, super dedicated to what they do. I've noticed that in the few years that I've been coaching, and being an athlete, that whenever you get a hurdler that loves it and a pole vaulter that loves it, they stick to it, and they just want to better themselves. They'll stay at practice forever if you let them.
Yeah, I think you got to be a little crazy to pole vault, but that is a tough event. And you're right. They're dedicated, but I think they realize that if they mess up just a little, injury, because you're running the hurdles. If you don't do it right, you can trip and fall over the hurdle. Pole vaulting, you don't have to say anything about that. You up in the air backwards. That's a tough event, so you have to be dedicated.
Oh, definitely. Especially that pole vault. We've seen multiple, bad injuries from pole vault, but yet them kids, they love it.
Yeah, you got to love it for sure, and they do a good job of it. Coach, let's talk what's coming up next for the Tarpons and Lady Tarpons. I know district is coming up. How do you keep your team motivated right now to finish strong so that they can compete and place in district so they can go to the next level?
So right now we have Friday, we have our last regular meet at Central, the Nolly Relays. We kind of use this to judge what's going on. We try, the last few new things before district, maybe put some kids in certain events that they haven't really competed in, just to kind of see what they could do at district. They're hungry right now, though. We came off last year as the boys champions and the girls runner-up, so they know that they could possibly do it again or even better. So we're very hungry right now. This meet, we're going to try a few new things just to see what's going to happen. But the most important thing right now is keeping them fresh, keeping them non-injured, so we could be real fresh coming into the district meet.
You have a break coming up or a week off of school, and how important it is to keep those athletes to attend practice during the holidays, and because that's going to be your last week of practice before the district meet, correct?
Yes, sir. A lot of them, they like to go to Grand Isle or, do whatever for spring break, but, we tell them early, and they make arrangements, and last year they did really well at showing up even for spring break, so we expect the same thing this year. So I have all the faith in the world that they're going to show up and perform.
Well, Coach, let's talk again real quick about the district. What place do you have to place in district to advance to the regional meet?
So you have to get top 4 as an individual or a relay team to get to the regional meet, and then to get to state, you have to place top 3 to get to state at regionals.
Well, Coach, I know y'all have a meeting coming up at 7 o'clock. Thank you so much for the time. Best of luck throughout for the rest of this season. Hopefully we can be talking with you in a couple of weeks about some positive results for the Tarpon track team.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Coach.
All right, that was Coach Brendan Adams, the head boys coach of track and field at South Lafourche. Coach Corey Callais, I believe, is the head girls coach. And he named his coaching staff, tremendous coaching staff. They do a tremendous job out there getting those boys and girls prepared for the meets. And it's good to see where the numbers of the track team are getting back to where the numbers were when Coach Joey Guidroz was coaching track, because he's one of the best track coaches around. And Coach Brendan Adams learned a lot from him, and it's showing right now. So good job by the Tarpon track teams for improving, getting their personal best, and hopefully they can continue that in the district meet so that they can advance to regional and beyond into state. Let's go ahead and take a break. When we get back, we're going to have Coach Hillary Comeaux, softball coach, South Lafourche High School. Look, the Lady Tarpons are playing some good ball toward the end of the season. You're listening to Inside Tarpon Athletics right here on KLAB.
3T Oil Change is an efficient, quick loop service that offers oil changes for gas and diesel engines, brake tags, tire sales and services, engine and cabin air filters, bulb replacement, and wiper blades with the convenience of a drive-through. No appointment necessary. 3T Oil Change on Main Street in Cutoff. Call 798-7401. Proud supporter of South Lafourche sports. 3T Oil Change says, go Tarpons!
Duck Fab Incorporated is your first choice for professional HVAC duct systems. From project concept, design, drafting, to production and installation, Duck Fab prides itself in serving all of your HVAC system needs, from residential, commercial, municipalities, and industrial, marine, and land-based facilities. Duck Fab is there to serve the Gulf Coast and River region with its locations in Houma and Hazelhurst, Mississippi. Duck Fab, 352 Equity Boulevard, Houma, Louisiana, 985-876-3400. Duck Fab.
Gen Gators Power Systems is the area's leading Kohler standby generator solution, specializing in maintenance, repair, and installation on all major brands, from gas to diesel and 2kW to 2000. Home or commercial, our team has you covered. Our factory-certified technicians and installers are highly trained to provide response and repair when you need it the most. We service what we sell, period. Trust the Gen Gators, where we sink our teeth into service.
Down the Bayou Clothing Company would like you to know that they bleed blue and are a big supporter of South Lafourche athletics. But the folks at DTB Clothing also are equally passionate about our community, offering school spirit shirts, customized gear, and much more, giving top quality and elite customer service with their work. Visit DTB Clothing online today at dtbclothingstore.shop to see the latest and new designs. As DTB Clothing, go Tarpons.
Welcome back to Inside Tarpon Athletics. Let's go ahead and thank our sponsors. again, for allowing us to have the Inside Tarpon Athletics Show. We want to thank Mr. Henry Lafourche, the Lafourche Parish School Board member, District 7, Duck Fab, 3T Oil Change, DTB Clothing, Mrs. Brandy's Doggy Daycare, Barry Oshaw Insurance Agency, Danos, Lafourche Furniture and Appliances, and Jen Gators. Let's go to the phone lines where we have Coach Hillary Boss on the line. Coach, how we doing this evening?
We're doing good. How about y'all?
We're doing well, thanks. Listen, we talked about it before, a rough start for your Lady Tarpons softball team to start the season, but y'all been playing some good ball the last week or so.
We surely have. I'm very proud of those girls. I mean, we won a 3-game winning streak, and they finally started putting all the pieces together, battling and playing together as a team, and I'm just really, really proud of those girls. After that 3-game winning streak, we had the Destrehan tournament. We took a couple of losses, but let me tell you something, those girls played some great ball for that tournament, even though we came out on the short end of the stick.
Yeah, and Coach, we talked about it several times where, it's going to be patience. You got the job late, and it's taken some time, but your girls are improving since the first day you took the job until now. I'm sure you've seen tremendous amount of improvement.
Oh, yes. Like I said, we haven't grown in strides. We've grown in baby steps, but it's all in the right direction.
Well, what are you? Let's talk about the pitchers. I know in softball, and you need to have a pitcher. If not, it's going to be a rough deal. Talk about Let's go talk about your pitchers.
I tell you what, right now we for varsity we have 3 dedicated varsity pitchers right now that we shuffle in and out of games. That's Macy Dordor, Talon Cheramie, Maddie Vang. They really been getting the job done, in the circle for us. We have 2 pitchers that we're developing, that's coming up, Jenica Wagaspak and Katelyn Kiger. That they've been getting in more and more game action. But I'm very proud of those girls. They're not giving up, and they continue to fight.
And do you see the attitude change, maybe, or a better word, do you see the confidence level that has changed from them thinking maybe they can't do it to now, heck, we can play with these teams?
Oh, yes, definitely. Like I said, I mean, the beginning of our season, those first 15 to 20 games, we really faced some powerhouse teams, that really gave it to us, and it's like I kept telling the girls, just keep grinding, keep putting in the work, our day is coming. I said, you get down in the dumps when you just keep getting pounded, but then when you start playing the teams that's more on your caliber, more on your level, and we came out shining in a few games. I mean, you're not going to win them all, but they've made vast improvements in the short time that I've been here with them.
Yeah, that's great to see. Coach, let's talk your schedule for next year. This year's schedule is pretty much handed to you. What type of, I know it's kind of early to look ahead, but can you see yourself making maybe some changes in the schedule to not play some of these powerhouses and play other teams?
Oh, yes, definitely. Matter of fact, that's kind of like what I worked on today was, taking a look on taking a look at the schedule and the teams that are out there that's more on our caliber, and their stats and stuff and all like that I'm kind of focusing on for next year. And it's like I told the girls, I said, I'm not going to tell y'all we're not going to play any powerhouse teams because you're never going to get better as long as you're dominating. You're only going to get better when you're challenged.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to play teams that's going to challenge us. But then again, we don't want to continue facing teams that's just going to get the morale of the team down. We want to play those on our caliber and our level of play.
Coach, talk about your remaining schedule. Looks like you got 4 games left to go in your season. Just walk us through those final few games of the season.
Tomorrow night, we're up against a away game at Central Lafourche. We take on the Trojans tomorrow night for their senior night. After that, the remainder of the season, we're finishing out with 3 home games. Friday night, we at home versus Terrebonne. Monday, we'll be back at home versus South Terrebonne. And we should, on Tuesday, finishing out the season at home against Covenant Christian.
And what are some keys to finish out? Look, you had a good stretch here. It's important. I think, hope you think the same, where it's important for your girls to finish strong on a positive note that can lead you into the off season.
Oh, yes, definitely. I mean, like I said, tomorrow night we up against Central. You know, Central has a pretty good stacked team this year. You know, they doing really great, good for the season. Friday night we up against Terrebonne. We actually played them a week ago, and it came down. It came down to a one-run deficit, you know, and we pulled it off, you know, 10-9. So we up against Terrebonne again. South Terrebonne, when we played them at South Terrebonne, you know, I'm not going to really say that South Terrebonne beat us as much as what we beat ourselves. You know, when we played them the first time, you know, with the eras, and the girls are really looking forward. You know, they were really pumped up, you know, with practice today. They're like, you know, we are not going to lose to South Terrebonne. You know, we know what we did wrong. We coming at them strong, you know. So now we'll probably have a good little roll against Covenant Christian, you know, because them two, they a pretty good team. But we're looking forward to it.
Coach, how many night games have y'all played this season?
What's that?
Night games at night. Did y'all play any this season?
No, actually, our latest game that we've ever had start was 5 o'clock in the afternoon. All our games pretty much start at 4:30, you know, 5 o'clock.
Well, Coach, thanks so much for the time. Best of luck for the rest of the season. We're going to be talking to you in a couple of weeks, recapping your season. Hopefully, y'all can finish strong.
All right. I thank you very much.
All right. That was Coach Hillary Boss, the head softball coach at South Lafourche High School. They started off a little slow. I mean, she got the job late in the year, and it took them some time. But they're competing now, and it's not – they may, like Coach Boss said, they may not be winning every game, but I think the competition, they are competing and playing, and hopefully they can finish the year off strong. That's going to lead them into the offseason, have a great offseason, and start next year's season off much stronger than what they did this year. Let's go ahead and take a break. When we get back, we got Mr. Lonnie Rousse in the studio talking about South Lafourche boys and girls tennis. We're going to be back here inside Tarpon Athletics on KLEB. Barry Ogeron Insurance Agency, LLC, your local Horseman insurance agent, provides quality service and lifelong financial well-being to educators and others who serve the community through a full range of tailored insurance and financial services products. Stop by Barry Ogeron Insurance Agency today, 15642 West Main Street, Cutoff, or call 985-632-2893. Barry Ogeron Insurance Agency.
Are you looking for an overnight stay or daycare for your dog? Contact Miss Brandy's Doggy Daycare and Boarding right here in Cutoff. At Miss Brandy's, she makes your dogs feel at home with climate-controlled, large suites, private quiet areas if needed, and more. They also offer obedience training. Contact Miss Brandy today for more information or for a meet and greet. Want that peace of mind that your dog is in great hands while you are gone? Call Miss Brandy's Doggy Daycare and Boarding in Cutoff at 985-665-7456.
Since 1949, Lafourche Furniture and Appliance has been providing high-quality furniture and appliances, helping transform houses into homes. Whether you're furnishing your first home, upgrading your kitchen, or simply looking for a single piece to complete a room, we're here to help you. Family-owned and operated, we take pride in treating every customer like one of our own. Lafourche Furniture and Appliance offers Whirlpool sales and service, Lazy Boy, and free local delivery. Visit us at 14672 West Main Street in Cutoff, or simply call 985-632-3131.
Henry Lafont, a proud South Lafourche High School alumni and Lafourche Parish School Board member for District 7, will always put the education of Lafourche Parish children as his top priority. Henry Lafont would like to wish the South Lafourche High School teams all the best this school year. Go Tarpons, from Henry Lafont, Lafourche Parish School Board member, District 7.
Since 1947, Danos has been a trusted, family-owned name in the oilfield service industry. From the Gulf of Mexico to Port Fourchon, Texas, and Colorado, we've got the job that's right for you. Visit www.danosjobs.com now for a full list of current job openings or call 833-GO-DANOS to connect with a recruiter today. Join a team that's been a leader in the oil and gas industry for over 75 years. Start your journey today. Danos does it right. Down the Bayou Clothing Company would like you to know that they bleed blue and are a big supporter of South Lafourche athletics. But the folks at DTB Clothing also are equally passionate about our community, offering school spirit shirts, customized gear, and much more, giving top quality and elite customer service with their work. Visit DTB Clothing online today at dtbclothingstore.shop to see the latest and new designs. That's DTB Clothing, go Tarpons.
Get our mics on. Go ahead. How we doing?
Oh, I'm doing very, very well. Thank you. Thank everybody for the opportunity to be here.
Coach, let's talk tennis, Tarpon tennis. Last time we had y'all on, y'all were doing well. You had leading up to a couple of games. Let us know how y'all did.
As a matter of fact, last time we spoke, we had just finished a Morgan City match that we had done a clean sweep, and we were getting ready to play Assumption. And like I had said at the last program, Assumption is a powerhouse tennis group, and they quickly proved exactly what they were. Okay. My players played outstanding. They really did. But when you're playing individuals that are at that caliber, I was just very, very proud of the technique and the tools that they used that were out there on the court. Then, of course, we followed up with South Terrebonne. South Terrebonne was quite a few good, close matches. But I'm proud to say that we came up and prevailed across the board with South Terrebonne. And then we closed out the season, the regular season, playing against St. Charles Catholic, where we had to go up. It was a rather unique experience because they don't have courts on their campus. So we played at a local country club. Oh. And, everything was going really, really nice, really, really well. Great people. And then the pickleball crowd showed up because at 6 o'clock they wanted those courts. And, don't mess with those pickleball players.
Oh, no. Well, Coach, you remember last time you were on, we're talking about Assumption, and we said if y'all would win, you would jump over the net. So I said it.
Correct.
But
and I
you
did
didn't
agree.
Have to.
Yeah. I did not have to jump over the net, but I actually was quite excited, especially with my younger freshman players. They played well against players that had a lot more experience. And I told them, I said, the only difference between you and that opposing player is the fact that they're seniors and you're freshmen. You have all this room to grow. I said, I was so pleased with their performance. And one of them looked at me and says, you're going to jump the net? I said, you're going to dial 911? He's there. He says, well, yeah. I said, because we don't want to lose you. I said, well, I appreciate that, but I'm not jumping over that net.
Well, that's good. They're listening in. They're watching in. That's good. Let's talk about how, if y'all go and you said you're against South Terrebonne, y'all swept.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Do y'all break out a broom or something and celebrate?
Actually, before that match, we actually had to break out a broom because with the drizzle that happened, we had to wipe down the courts, and we use a broom to scatter that. But no, when we make a sweep, for example, the boys, every match they played, we won. And the girls, it wasn't a clean sweep, but we ended up sweeping them because we took more matches than they did. So we won more. So now we're building up towards our preparation for regionals, which what's going to happen is I've got two of my boys, Joshua Griffin and Ethan Keefe. They're ranked in our region. They're in the top 10. And in Joshua's case, it's going to be really, really close. If he can be ranked as number 4, he's going to draw a bye in the first part of the bracket, and that means one victory away from going to state.
Awesome.
In the case of the girls, I've got Madia Escobar and I have Lainey Terrio. They're in the top 10, but the numbers do not look to the point where they'll end up in that 4th position. And that's okay because they're a strong team. They've got good communication. Plus, they're both seniors. They have a lot of experience. They know what they have to do and when they have to do it.
Well, Coach, get an old racket. Now, use your engineering. You can drill a hole in it and get part of like a tennis rack, broom, excuse me, part of a broom. So you have the racket and a broom at the end. And celebrate. You'll sweep. It's a sweep.
I'll be honest with you. They just finished cleaning out the rackets in the PE department. I found some relics in there, some real relics in there. There could be some excellent candidates for your suggestion.
All right, Coach, let's talk about moving forward now with tennis. What's next for the team?
Okay, next, like I said, I'm going to a meeting on Sunday with our region, and what was going to happen is we're going to set up the brackets for the regional tournament. That's going to be on Monday and Tuesday at the Homa tennis courts that's on St. Charles. What will happen there is you've got to make it to the top 8. If you make it in your bracket and division to those top 8 positions, all of those qualify as state qualifiers. What will happen on the Monday is we're going to play our way down to where we have the final 2 and the championship match. And those are played on the following day. And South Lafourche, over the years, years prior to mine and including my years, we've made it to very late in the day on that Monday, but haven't yet cracked that Tuesday. This year I'm looking forward, if the cards are right, if the pulls are correct, and if we end up in the right part of the bracket, I can very well see some of my players having to return on that Tuesday and fighting for that championship in the region. Irregardless, once they make that, then our next step would be to go up to state, which is going to be the week after our spring break. We'd be playing on the 28th and the 29th, and that's going to be up in Monroe.
Whoa.
Yeah, and of course that's also the start of Leap Week. The LHSAA has such a good sense of timing.
No planning there. Now, getting back to the district or regionals.
Yeah.
So if you have, how are they seated again? Do you take your team, like everyone plays?
Every person that played, I'm allowed to send my top 8 players plus alternates. Only the top 8 are going to play. 3 are going to play in sets of doubles. 3 sets of doubles, I'm sorry, that's 6 of them. And then 2 singles players. And that's for both boys and girls. What ends up happening is they're set, and based on their record, head-to-head matches count first. And if they've never played one another and they have similar records, then they're going to go and look at what's called the UTR, Universal Tennis Ranking. And whoever has the highest UTR gets the higher seed at that point. And that's one of the little controversies that's going to be happening this upcoming season, because it's our first year really playing with that and working with that. And LHSAA, as we put in all the results, they turn and convert to UTR, but some of the schools have been double posting, so they've got a lot of cleaning up to do before that all begins.
Not the LHSAA.
Oh, no. To be honest with you, it's because the schools didn't know. Originally, we were trained, you post LHSAA and then you post UTR. So they were following and doing what they were supposed to. And it's like, and I'm not blaming anybody, because to be honest with you, the guy in charge, as soon as he caught wind of what was going on, he quickly shot out an email and said, please stop doing that. Let us handle the UTR, because it was real. I mean, you had players that we played and defeated that suddenly jumped up to a UTR rating of 4 from a UTR rating of 2 prior, but that's because the match they won in between, they did well, but when you get reported double, now I'm not going to complain because some of my guys jumped really well too, but, they had to fix all that.
Now, how many schools are involved in y'all region?
Okay, in our region, we're looking at 10 different schools that are involved in the region. And, for example, like in the singles bracket, you're going to have 20 players. And in the doubles, you're going to have, 3 times 10, 30 teams that will be coming in to play. So we're looking at, for sure, the doubles. They're dealing with a 32 bracket that they're going to start out with. And depending upon, and it also depends upon, we have some situations where due to illness or whatever, people just can't make the tournament. And sometimes you have to make adjustments and so forth. So over the years, the easiest, I guess, we ever started was a 16 position bracket. And in that situation, I mean, literally every person who won qualified for state because they dropped to the number 8 position at that point. But it should be, matter of fact, with the upcoming region, we're looking at Edie White, which they're always a really, really good and well-trained team. Vanderbilt, which Vanderbilt has one of their players, one of their young ladies. She is phenomenal, and she really looks as a singles player. Vanderbilt may take it all as far as, for the state, which we haven't really had someone on our end of the state win in a few years. So that, that's a nice welcome. I think my girl can beat her, but, that's just me being the coach and being, really proud of my player.
That's it.
Yeah.
So when is this regional?
Okay, regional is going to be the 14th and the 15th. That's going to be Monday and Tuesday of next week.
It's coming up. That's quick.
Yeah, it's coming up quick. And then we have, I consider it fortunate because after regionals, those players that do make it to state, just when they thought they could rest and relax, it's like, no, it's spring break. I've got you all day long to practice, and we can get out there and make sure you're ready and at full caliber to take on those competitors at state.
Well, look, Coach, best of luck the remaining part of the season. Hopefully, next time we have you on, we're going to be talking about some guys and girls that advance to the state level. Hopefully, we can get a video shot of you jumping over that net when y'all win.
At least the follow-up with the ambulance.
All right, Coach, thanks so much for coming and really appreciate it. I know you're going to be late for your meeting.
That's all right. It's all right. As long as we don't have any officers between here and South Lafourche, I should be fine.
Yeah, well, don't tell them. All right, that was Coach Lonnie Rousse, head tennis coach, does a great job over there at the school. And hopefully we can get a few boys and girls on the team to win in the regional round and get into the state round and win some games. So thanks for Lonnie coming in. Let's take a break. When we get back, we're going to go to some middle school. We're going to have Coach Katelyn Comeaux on the line. She's going to be telling us about the Golden Meadow Middle School track team. We're going to be back right here on KLEB. This is Inside Tarpon Athletics. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Are you looking for an overnight stay or daycare for your dog? Contact Miss Brandy's Doggy Daycare and Boarding right here in Cutoff. At Miss Brandy's, she makes your dogs feel at home with climate-controlled, large suites, private quiet areas if needed, and more. They also offer obedience training. Contact Miss Brandy today for more information or for a meet and greet. Want that peace of mind that your dog is in great hands while you are gone? Call Miss Brandy's Doggy Daycare and Boarding in Cutoff at 985-665-7456.
Barry Ogeron Insurance Agency, LLC, your local Horace Mann insurance agent, provides quality service and lifelong financial well-being to educators and others who serve the community through a full range of tailored insurance and financial services products. Stop by Barry Ogeron Insurance Agency today, 15642 West Main Street, Cutoff, or call 985-632-2893. Barry Ogeron Insurance Agency. Henry Lafont, a proud South Lafourche High School alumni and Lafourche Parish School Board member for District 7, will always put the education of Lafourche Parish children as his top priority. Henry Lafont would like to wish the South Lafourche High School teams all the best this school year. Go Tarpons from Henry Lafont, Lafourche Parish School Board member, District 7.
Since 1949, Lafourche Furniture and Appliance has been providing high-quality furniture and appliances, helping transform houses into homes. Whether you're furnishing your first home, upgrading your kitchen, or simply looking for a single piece to complete a room, we're here to help you. Family-owned and operated, we take pride in treating every customer like one of our own. Lafourche Furniture and Appliance offers Whirlpool sales and service, Lazy Boy, and free local delivery. Visit us at 14672 West Main Street in Cutoff, or simply call 985-632-3131.
Since 1947, Danos has been a trusted, family-owned name in the oilfield service industry. From the Gulf of Mexico to Port Fourchon, Texas, and Colorado, we've got the job that's right for you. Visit www.danosjobs.com now for a full list of current job openings or call 833-GO-DANOS to connect with a recruiter today.
Join a team that's been a leader in the oil and gas industry for over 75 years. Start your journey today. Danos does it right.
3T Oil Change is an efficient, quick lube service that offers oil changes for gas and diesel engines, brake tags, tire sales and services, engine and cabin air filters, bulb replacement, and wiper blades with the convenience of a drive-through. No appointment necessary. 3T Oil Change on Main Street in Cutoff. Call 798-7401. Proud supporter of South Lafourche sports. 3T Oil Change says, go Tarpons!
Listening to KLEB, 1600 AM and K274DE, 102.7 FM, Golden Meadow.
Welcome back to Inside Tarpon Athletics. Coach Brian Callais here. Truck just clear in the studio. Let's go to the phone lines where we're going to have Coach Katelyn Comeaux on the line, Golden Meadow Middle School track. Coach, how we doing this evening?
Hey, how are y'all? I'm doing great.
Yeah, good. Good to hear. Coach, let's talk about how your team's been performing in the last couple of weeks.
Oh, pretty good. Our last meet we had was the Down the Bayou Relays at South Lafourche, and we did pretty good. Elizabeth Dardar again, killing it on the hurdles, first place. She ended up coming out. It wasn't as many teams. I think there was only two or three out of parish teams, so it wasn't so many people. And she came out fourth in the 100-meter dash and then third in the 200-meter dash. And then Sophia Lafourche ended up coming out second in javelin, which she hit a PR for herself, so she was really excited about that. And then the boys, some highlights. Charlie Dardar came out first in the discus, with his, I'm pretty sure it was his furthest throw to his PR, 124.3. And then he also came out in triple jump. Elnor Valise came out third place long jump, fourth place 200-meter dash. So, and then Caleb Mars, of course, killing it in the pole vault. Came out third place in pole vault, triple jump, third place, and then fourth place in the hurdles. So we did really well. Had a good little showing.
Coach, how satisfying is it as a coach when you see these kids getting their personal best and like improving, and just to see the look on their face?
Oh, that's why you coach. That's the best part of it, in my opinion.
Yes, it is.
I love seeing these kids grow.
Yeah, it is tremendous just to see the improvement. For just a little time you have them after school practice, and the amount of improvement they make is unreal. Oh,
for sure. And I mean, some of the kids go home too, and don't just do our practice, and it shows. I always tell them that it shows if what you put in shows on the track. And
as far as numbers-wise, do y'all stay consistent throughout the year?
Pretty much. I mean, the girls came out. We had for the girls, we had a few injuries, so we didn't do as well. We had been coming out fourth in every meet, but this last meet we came out fifth. But one of our runners had gotten hurt, so she only was able to do one event. And then the other event she normally does, she comes out second. So that was some points here. And then one of our throwers got hurt too. So, just some injuries here and there. But the boys actually did better than what we had been doing. So that was awesome. They were excited about that.
What's next coming up? Are y'all finished your season, or do you have a meet left?
We have one more meet tomorrow night, which I'm really excited about. It's a parish meet, so it's fall to marbles. So I'm really excited about that.
Where is that meet going to be held?
It's at Central Lafourche.
And
it'll be there.
The times field event started 3,
it's at 3:30, and then running starts. Well, they usually they start the girls 2,400 meter run at 5, and then all the other running events start at 5:30.
How are y'all performing in the long-distance events? Because the Tarpons have a great long-distance and a cross-country team. How are y'all performing?
That's awesome. Well, for the girls, we have 2 mile runners who are phenomenal. We have Sophia Lewis. So the last meet, she got 3rd place, and then Kim St. Pierre got 4th. So we're pretty solid in the mile. But the boys, not really great. We don't really have a mile runner for the boys. We have a couple 800 runners, but
do y'all have any pole vaulters?
Oh yeah. So actually, we have 2 pole vaulters, which we didn't until this season. It's funny. So we had Jacob Galliano, who's awesome. We have Miss Celeste Barrios that works at our school as well. She's a nurse. She helps us, and they helped Kayla Myers and Wyatt Gilbo, and they have just been doing awesome at the meets. It's so amazing to watch. And then one of my girls, Eve Blair is her name. She decided, she's like, I want to go try. I'm like, sure, girl, go ahead. And then she had been placing too, so she's excited about it. She loves it. She always just wants to practice doing pole vault. I'm like, go ahead, girl, but you still got to get your running in.
Yeah, they want to try and do a field event so they don't have to run.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, no, I'll run too, but I just want to go. I'm like, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, look,
she loves the pole vault too.
They got to realize that's a big part of the track team because you can sneak up and get some points if you have a couple of them in that event.
Yeah, she had, it was just amazing to me how all 3 of them literally practiced one day before the meet, and, they all had done well. Wyatt, I think, the first meet, Wyatt hadn't placed, but then, the second meet, he placed, and Kayla placed the first meet, and then Eve placed the first meet, too. I'm like, that's amazing, y'all. Y'all practiced once. It's just amazing.
You have to be a good athlete. You have to be a good athlete to do a pole vault. It's so much involved, and that's good to see that they're getting involved at an early age so they can move up throughout the high school ranks.
For sure, yes, I agree.
Coach, let's talk about, you said tomorrow night, your final track meet of the season.
Bittersweet.
Yes. Are you preparing yourself for after the meet when these 8th graders are going to realize that they are done with middle school sports?
Not really. No, I'm trying not to think about it. Actually, one of them told me today about, this is our last practice. I go to Meadow, and I'm like, I know. I said, listen, I'm going to need you not to come find me after the last race, and be teary-eyed. And he's like, I can't promise that. Yeah. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to be crying too then.
Yeah, look, it's tough when they're going to realize that their middle school athletics, they're done, and it's an emotional time, so prepare yourself for that.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure I'll be shedding some tears for sure.
Yeah, it's hard not to at that time of the year. Well, Coach, thanks so much.
I just feel like track gives you that. You just have that bond with them. I feel like it's just a different sport,
Yeah, that's a great point.
You make a good bond with your kiddos. So
yeah,
it's just so hard to lose them.
Yeah, that's a great point you bring up. Where it's in a lot of people moving parts all over the place, but when you coach certain events, it's more of one-on-one with the coach and the athlete.
Mm-hmm.
Look, that makes a difference. And best of luck tomorrow at the parish meet in a couple of weeks.
Thank you.
In a couple of weeks, we hope to have you on in a couple of weeks where you're going to be giving us a report with a lot of Lions doing their personal best.
All righty, thanks. I appreciate it. I hope so too.
Thanks so much for the time. That's Katelyn Comeaux doing a good job with Golden Meadow Track School, and a lot of coaches there involved. I know Jeff is also involved with the track team, and they got some other coaches out there. But look, it's good to see where these kids are involved and staying in track, because track's a sport where you have to be dedicated and go out and run, and you got to condition for it. And to see that these kids are staying throughout the season is a big plus, and it says a lot about the individuals on that team. Let's go ahead and take a break. When we get back, we're going to continue with the track. We're going to go middle school track. Coach Ken from LCO will be joining us on the phone line. You're listening to Inside Tarpon Athletics right here on KLEB.
Gators Power Systems is the area's leading Kohler standby generator solution, specializing in maintenance, repair, and installation on all major brands, from gas to diesel and 2kW to 2000. Home or commercial, our team has you covered. Our factory-certified technicians and installers are highly trained to provide response and repair when you need it the most. We service what we sell, period. Trust the Gators, where we sink our teeth into service.
Down the Bayou Clothing Company would like you to know that they bleed blue and are a big supporter of South Lafourche athletics. But the folks at DTB Clothing also are equally passionate about our community, offering school spirit shirts, customized gear, and much more, giving top quality and elite customer service with their work. Visit DTB Clothing online today at dtbclothingstore.shop to see the latest and new designs. That's DTB Clothing, go Tarpons.
Barry Ogeron Insurance Agency, LLC, your local Horace Mann insurance agent, provides quality service and lifelong financial well-being to educators and others who serve the community through a full range of tailored insurance and financial services products. Stop by Barry Ogeron Insurance Agency today, 15642 West Main Street, Cutoff, or call 985-632-2893. Barry Ogeron Insurance Agency.
Are you looking for an overnight stay or daycare for your dog? Contact Miss Brandy's Doggy Daycare and Boarding right here in Cutoff. At Miss Brandy's, she makes your dogs feel at home with climate-controlled, large suites, private quiet areas if needed, and more. They also offer obedience training. Contact Miss Brandy today for more information or for a meet and greet. Want that peace of mind that your dog is in great hands while you are gone? Call Miss Brandy's Doggy Daycare and Boarding in Cutoff at 985-665-7456.
Since 1947, Danos has been a trusted family-owned name in the oilfield service industry. From the Gulf of Mexico to Port Fourchon, Texas, and Colorado, we've got the job that's right for you. Visit www.danosjobs.com now for a full list of current job openings or call 833-GO-DANOS to connect with a recruiter today. Join a team that's been a leader in the oil and gas industry for over 75 years. Start your journey today. Danos does it right.
Duck Fab Incorporated is your first choice for professional HVAC duct systems. From project concept, design, drafting, to production and installation, Duck Fab prides itself in serving all of your HVAC system needs, from residential, commercial, municipalities, and industrial, marine, and land-based facilities. Duck Fab is there to serve Gulf Coast and River region with its locations in Houma and Hazelhurst, Mississippi. Duck Fab, 352 Equity Boulevard, Houma, Louisiana, 985-876-3400. Duck Fab.
Welcome back to Inside Tarpon Athletics. Let's go ahead and thank our sponsors, Mr. Henry Lafont, Lafourche Parish School Board Member, District 7, Duck Fab, 3T Oil Change, DTB Clothing, Mrs. Brandy's Doggy Daycare, Barry Ogeron Insurance Agency, Danos, Lafourche Furniture and Appliances, and Jane Gators. Let's go to the line where we have La Rose Cutoff Middle School. We had track coach, Ken Talutis on line. Coach, how are we doing this evening?
Doing well, and you. Thanks for having me on.
Doing well. Coach, I hope I'm not butchering your name too much.
No, you got it. You got it perfect.
Oh, awesome. I don't know if I can see it again, but we good. Coach, let us know the last time we talked to you, you guys were performing well, and the girls. Just give us an update on the Bulldog track team.
Yeah, so we just finished our last practice of the year. Today we have the parish meet tomorrow. The kids have done well. They've worked really hard. They've definitely made a lot of progress and strides this year in different field and running events. So proud of them and looking forward to a good meet tomorrow.
Yeah, Coach. Shout out some names. Let's talk the field events. How's the Bulldogs performing on the field, both boys and girls?
So for the on the boys' side, we have Lakin Filinich. He does the long jump and the javelin. He's throwing the javelin really well right now, jumping about 17, 18 feet. He's doing great with that. And then for the discus, we have Leah Mimard and Melker Alvarez. They seem to be in the top 2 or 3 usually every meet. Shot put, Melker Alvarez, Tyler Lyons, they've been placing in that as well. So proud of them on that. Cooper Email and Elijah Griffin do our pole vault, and they've been making points for our team. Also, for the girls' shot put, Kiana Truhill, she threw it, I think it was 36.9, I want to say, at the last meet that we had at South Lafourche, and that was a parish record, but of course it doesn't count unless she does it at the parish meet, so hoping she can do that again tomorrow, but that was an incredible throw. I think would have placed third in the boys.
Wow, that's amazing. Coach,
Alea Guidry's been placing first, I think, every meet in the discus as well, and she's been placing second in the shot, along with Elise Walker with the discus has been throwing it really well. And the javelin, we have Bella Bychurch and Maya Punch are going to throw tomorrow, and they've been doing great also.
What about the Bulldogs on the track? How y'all performing?
So our boys on the track last week, we got first place in the 4x1 and 4x2 relay, and fourth in the 4x4. And the guys who won the 4x1 and 4x2, that's Leo Richardell, Lakin Filinich, Tayden Nakan, and who was the fourth one? Caden Fosca. And they're doing really well with that. So very proud of them.
How have all y'all performing the long distance races?
So we actually had a great performance in the distance race last week. We had he dropped a lot of time kind of out of nowhere. It was Madden Leday, and he placed fourth in the 1.5 miles. So we were proud of that also with the boys. And then in the hurdles, we went 1-2 in the boys on the boys side with Tayden Nakan placed first, and Alexis Galicia was second. Then Luca Gaugior, I think she broke the school record, and she finished second in the hurdles. So definitely, just like we talked about last time, trying to fill out that puzzle to make the most possible points that we can try to make as a team.
Yeah, and tomorrow, you said parish track meet at Central, correct?
Yes, the parish track meet at Central Lafourche.
Yeah, what are you expecting tomorrow from the Bulldogs, and how you line up in the parish?
We're hoping, I think the boys will have a chance to do pretty well. Bayou Blue is really good. Thibodeau Middle is always good, but should have a strong chance to place top 2 or 3. Maybe if some things go our way, we'll have a shot. So looking forward just to try to get the most points we can make. So then the girls' side, kind of same thing, just hoping do the best we can.
Coach, we had Katelyn Comeaux from Golden Meadow on before, and I asked her if she's prepared tomorrow for these 8th graders that will be running or participating at your school for the last time as a Bulldog. Are you ready for that?
Yeah, like I said, we had our last practice today, and it's definitely bittersweet for the kids. A lot are going on to do track and other sports in South Lafourche, and they've definitely given us a lot of valuable leadership that will pass on to the next few grades coming up, and very proud of them for how they've represented LCO.
Yeah, have with the amount of improvement that these kids make, and I asked Katelyn this also, how satisfying as a coach it is to see just the look on their face when they can their personal best are achieved.
It's awesome. It's awesome to see that whenever their hard work pays off. Like, for instance, Lakin with the javelin, his first time he threw it this year was he never threw it before until this year. He wasn't even hitting 100 feet. Now he's pushing 130. Hopefully we can hit that 130 mark tomorrow. And just a lot of other kids too, not to leave any kids out, but just they come to practice every single day. They work very hard. Very thankful to all the coaches we have helping us. They do a great job. And yeah, just like I said, they've represented LCO the right way for all these 3 years.
And let's go ahead and shout out those assistant coaches. When I pass by, I see them working hard all the time. Just go ahead and give them a shout. I'm sure we did it before, but give them another shout out, if you will.
Yeah, so with assisting me with the throwing events, we have Coach Nessie Pierce and Coach Chuck Comeaux. They do a really good job. Coach Nessie focuses mainly on the javelin with the kids, and they've made so much progress throughout the year. And then Coach Chuck and myself do discus, and Coach Chuck focuses on the shot put. And like I said, Kiana threw it 36 feet the other day, so that's awesome. And then we have Coach Jamie Guidroz. She does our sprinters, does a great job with all of them, handling exchanges on relays and all of that. And then Danielle Cheramie, which she's the head girls coach, but she helps with a little bit of everything, does the jumping, does a great job with doing a lot of the behind-the-scenes work for us, too. And then we have, I don't want to leave anybody out, Coach Cameron Martin. She does the distance runners. And then Charlie Comeaux, he helps out with the hurdles and running events also. And then we have Coach Hannah. She does a lot of the Coach Hannah Johnson. She does a little bit of everything. She's always there. Very positive influence for the kids, and we appreciate all of the help that we get. Very fortunate to have that kind of help for the kids.
Well, Coach, we're going to have you on in a couple of weeks to recap the track season. It's going to be toward, it's going to be the end of April or so, but we're going to have you on just to recap the Bulldog track season, and we wish you the best of luck tomorrow. Hopefully y'all can perform well and come out with a trophy when it's all said and done.
Well, thank you so much. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. And, yeah, looking forward to talking to you again.
All right, sounds good, Coach. Take care. I was
right,
Coach. Coach Ken Taludas. Again, just like with Coach Katelyn Comeaux and her staff, or the staff over at Golden Meadow, tremendous job they're doing getting these kids involved. And again, I think one of the remarkable things is that the numbers are not going down. They have a big group that starts, and that group is staying throughout the season. And I think that speaks well of both of our middle schools and the job that they're doing, coaching these boys and girls up. Let's go ahead and take a break. When we get back, we spoke with Coach B.J. Young earlier today on Play-by-Play. We're going to play part of his interview for you, talking about the South Lafourche golf team. We're going to be back here. You're listening to Inside Tarpon Athletics on KLEB.
Since 1949, Lafourche Furniture and Appliance has been providing high-quality furniture and appliances, helping transform houses into homes. Whether you're furnishing your first home, upgrading your kitchen, or simply looking for a single piece to complete a room, we're here to help you. Family-owned and operated, we take pride in treating every customer like one of our own. Lafourche Furniture and Appliance offers whirlpool sales and service, lazy boy, and free local delivery. Visit us at 14672 West Main Street in Cutoff, or simply call 985-632-3131.
3T Oil Change is an efficient, quick loop service that offers oil changes for gas and diesel engines, brake tags, tire sales and services, engine and cabin air filters, bulb replacement, and wiper blades with the convenience of a drive-through. No appointment necessary. 3T Oil Change on Main Street in Cutoff. Call 798-7401. Proud supporter of South Lafourche sports. 3T Oil Change says, go Tarpons!
Gators Power Systems is the area's leading Kohler standby generator solution, specializing in maintenance, repair, and installation on all major brands, from gas to diesel and 2kW to 2000. Home or commercial, our team has you covered. Our factory-certified technicians and installers are highly trained to provide response and repair when you need it the most. We service what we sell, period. Trust the Gen Gators, where we sink our teeth into service.
Henry Lafont, a proud South Lafourche High School alumni and Lafourche Parish School Board member for District 7, will always put the education of Lafourche Parish children as his top priority. Henry Lafont would like to wish the South Lafourche High School teams all the best this school year. Go Tarpons, from Henry Lafont, Lafourche Parish School Board member, District 7. Barry Ogeron Insurance Agency, LLC, your local Horace Mann insurance agent, provides quality service and lifelong financial well-being to educators and others who serve the community through a full range of tailored insurance and financial services products. Stop by Barry Ogeron Insurance Agency today, 15642 West Main Street, Cutoff, or call 985-632-2893. Barry Ogeron Insurance Agency.
Down the Bayou Clothing Company would like you to know that they bleed blue and are a big supporter of South Lafourche athletics. But the folks at DTB Clothing also are equally passionate about our community, offering school spirit shirts, customized gear, and much more, giving top quality and elite customer service with their work. Visit DTB Clothing online today at dtbclothingstore.shop to see the latest and new designs. As DTB Clothing, go Tarpons.
Welcome back to Inside Tarpon Athletics. Coach Brian Callais here with Truck Just Claire in the studio. We're going to go ahead and chat with Coach B.J. Young. We had an interview with him today on play-by-play. We're going to play part of that interview where he was talking about the golf program. So here's Coach B.J. Young earlier today.
And we welcome Coach B.J. Young, the head football coach at South Lafourche, also the head golf coach at South Lafourche. B.J., what's good, man? How we doing today?
Doing well, man. How are y'all?
Good, dude. It was a good day for your golf program yesterday. Have a young man win a tournament by, I don't know, like 8-9 shots, man. Talk to us about the way the kids competed and played.
Yeah, played well. Kind of took a lick late after the match last week. Our third hole guy, Camden broke his wrist. So, so kind of took a little bit of a hit. Needed some kids to step up, So had to fill that spot, and I thought as a team we played well. We lost. Hornville came in first, Thibodeau came in second, and we came in third. We were 5 strokes behind Hornville and 3 strokes behind Thibodeau. So a little room for growth, but that's okay. Still some time to do it. Next week they start to count for real. It's just a win in advance type of thing. So if you want to keep playing, you got to qualify. Jude's thing's pretty neat. He won yesterday's match. He shot a 73, which is pretty elite stuff. So was super proud of him. Talking about a kid who works year round at his craft. He's always trying to perfect it. Always picking at Josh's brain for tips and things of that nature. So it was good to see him go out and perform. And the neat thing about it is it's over the whole course of the season. So it's tracked weekly, and the points add up. We call them Chick-fil-A points. They add up. So for him to, be in the running the whole year, in the lead or in second place, in the lead in second place, and then to finish off with an 8-stroke win and kind of cap off his senior season for our local league was huge for him. And it's rewarding as a coach, man, to be able to be around, someone like that for sure.
What happened to Camden, man? Was it something that he did on the course, or was it an accident at home? Like what went down there?
Yeah, just a freak accident at home. Just a tough break. You feel for multiple reasons because he was having a great year. It was another another kid too who kind of just took sole possession of golf and made it his main focus, and he works hard, and all summer, all fall, that's what he does. And the growth he's made from last year to this year is huge. So for him to be having the season he was having and have a bad break like that kind of go his way, it stinks for him. And, it stinks for, like, Jude LaBeouf as well. It's his senior year, and we were playing really good golf throughout the year. I think we won, out of all the matches, I want to say we only dropped 2 of them, and then we lost yesterday. So when we were at full strength, we were really competitive with a chance to compete, and qualify for state. Not saying that we can't now, but had a good chance, with Camden being healthy. So it stinks for Jude as well, but we need people to step up, man, and keep the train rolling.
Yeah, Coach, talk about you, like 3, 4, and 5 number golfer, where how important it is for them to step up and get these points so that y'all can qualify as a team.
Yeah, well, it's huge because, for the most part, everybody has a 1 and 2 that's qualifying at that level, right? Who's going to get out the district and go to a regional, and then get out the regional and go to state. Typically, everybody has a 1 and 2 who can shoot lights out. And then your top 4 teams in the state probably got more than that. I'd be willing to bet. So, yeah, it's huge, man. You're going to qualify with that 3, 4, and 5 guy you're putting in, because you're going to need 2 of those 3 to shoot well in order for you to make it. I think back a few years ago we qualified as a team, and we finished in the top 5. And if it was split like the other ones, we'd have had a state run-up trophy. We'd have lost to just Neville. The other 3 schools were private schools, and I remember looking at the scores, and they had like St. Louis Catholic, who's won out of 2 rounds. It's 2 18-hole rounds. The first guy averaged like a 72. The second guy was like a 74, and the third guy was like 74 too. So, and that's averaging 2 18-hole rounds. So just super golf, man, and it's cool to watch stuff like that for sure.
Yeah, no doubt, brother. Hey, look, what's next, man? You guys have, what is it, like regionals? Like, what's next?
Yeah, well, district, we got next week off. We actually played a district match over spring break on Tuesday at the Island. I want to say the Island's in Bruley. Kind of a tough course, man. Got water. It's a little tight. So stressing to the kids yesterday once he finished to go get a few practice rounds in. Not just the Monday before, but next week you're off all week. Maybe take a trip next week during the week and go get you a round in, and the Monday, if you want to go up a day early, go up that Monday and get another round in, just to get familiar with the course. I think it's pretty neat that the LHSA does that, or that way if you win the district or the region, you get to host it the next year, and I think that's an advantage, to that team or teams that play around in that league and that play that course more. If we were to win it and we hosted it, at Thailand's or Latour, it'd be plus us, right, because we play it all the time. So, it's important for us to get out there and get familiar with the course and hopefully qualify, as a team for regionals. And that's at Grand Ridge and Luling. So that's the course we've played every year since I've been here. So they should be pretty familiar with that one, and a little closer trip to go get some practice rounds in there as well.
That was Coach B.J. Young, the head golf coach, head football coach at South Lafourche High School. We want to thank him for his time. Earlier today on Play-by-Play, talking about a South Lafourche golf team. They're getting geared up, and hopefully they can get a number of guys qualified for state, where we can see some Tarpons participating on a bigger stage at the state level. And they had an injury. Next guy's got to step up and take care of business. So we're going to go ahead and take a break. When we get back, we're going to try and get Coach Matt Cheramie on the line, the powerlifting coach at South Lafourche High School. We had him scheduled a little bit later, but we'll see if he's going to be available earlier right now to come on and talk to us about powerlifting. You're listening to Inside Tarpon Athletics right here on KLEB.
Since 1947, Danos has been a trusted, family-owned name in the oilfield service industry. From the Gulf of Mexico to Port Fourchon, Texas, and Colorado, we've got the job that's right for you. Visit www.danosjobs.com now for a full list of current job openings, or call 833-GO-DANOS to connect with a recruiter today. Join a team that's been a leader in the oil and gas industry for over 75 years. Start your journey today. Danos does it right.
DuckFab Incorporated is your first choice for professional HVAC duct systems. From project concept, design, drafting, to production and installation. DuckFab prides itself in serving all of your HVAC system needs, from residential, commercial, municipalities, and industrial, marine, and land-based facilities. DuckFab is there to serve Gulf Coast and River region with its locations in Houma and Hazelhurst, Mississippi. DuckFab, 352 Equity Boulevard, Houma, Louisiana, 985-876-3400. DuckFab.
Barry Ogeron Insurance Agency, LLC, your local Horace Mann insurance agent, provides quality service and lifelong financial well-being to educators and others who serve the community through a full range of tailored insurance and financial services products. Stop by Barry Ogeron Insurance Agency today, 15642 West Main Street, Cutoff, or call 985-632-2893. Barry Ogeron Insurance Agency.
Are you looking for an overnight stay or daycare for your dog? Contact Miss Brandy's Doggy Daycare and Boarding right here in Cutoff. At Miss Brandy's, she makes your dogs feel at home with climate-controlled, large suites, private quiet areas if needed, and more. They also offer obedience training. Contact Miss Brandy today for more information or for a meet and greet. Want that peace of mind that your dog is in great hands while you are gone? Call Miss Brandy's Doggy Daycare and Boarding in Cutoff at 985-665-7456.
3T Oil Change is an efficient, quick loop service that offers oil changes for gas and diesel engines, brake tags, tire sales and services, engine and cabin air filters, bulb replacement, and wiper blades with the convenience of a drive-through. No appointment necessary. 3T Oil Change on Main Street in Cutoff. Call 798-7401. Proud supporter of South Lafourche sports. 3T Oil Change says, go Tarpons!
Welcome back to Inside Tarpon Athletics. We're going to go to the phone line. I believe for the last time in this show, we're going to go out to South Lafourche High School once again. We're going to speak with their head powerlifting coach, Coach Matt Cheramie. Coach, how are we doing this evening?
We're great, Coach. How are you?
Doing fine, thanks, man. Listen, some good things are happening with the powerlifting team at South Lafourche, man. Go ahead and fill us in.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, powerlifting used to be a thing down here at South Lafourche. Probably, I want to say it went away in 2010, and we picked it back up last year for the first time. So it's almost like a fresh start. There was very little remnants of the previous program, and we started it up last year. We got an interest inventory. I think I had 120 athletes signed up for it last year. Ended up finishing the season with about 60 of them. This year, I think we had about 50 or 49. So the interest is there, and you know, a program like this or a sport like this, you can't just walk into it and win. It takes a couple years to develop a lot of these freshman athletes to get them up to strength. But man, we are blessed down here, Coach. We had so many tremendously strong athletes through no thankfulness of my own. Like these are athletes that just grind in the gym. So we've had a fair amount of success in our first 2 years, and I mean it's all the kids.
Coach, talk about the difference in the lift. Like, you can see, like, if you're in a PE class or kids maxing out and they look at the powerlifting, like, records they used to have, and they were like, well, I do more than that. Just talk about the difference in the type of lift.
Oh, yeah. I love to see and hear that. So the main difference, Coach, is in powerlifting, it's all about control. For the squat, for instance, you unrack the bar. Everything is by command. So you can't just walk up to a bar with 400 pounds, take it off, down and back up, and call it a day. And hopefully you went down. No, it's you get on the bar, and they tell you to unrack it. You get set. You cannot squat until 3 judges have confirmed that your knees are locked out. That sometimes takes 3 or 4 minutes. So you've got athletes with 500 pounds in their back. 3 or 4 minutes, 3 or 4 seconds. You've got athletes with 500 pounds in their back for 3 or 4 seconds getting stable. Then they're told squat, where they have to go down to hips below knees and then back up. Once they get back to the top, there's another 2 or 3 second pause while these judges verify that you've come to a full lockout. then you can unrack it after being prompted. The bench press is even worse, Coach. You see a lot of bro lifts in the gym. They take these bars off and they bounce it off their chest and they just go. Bench press, it is everything is by command. Unrack, down, press, re-rack, and every one of those stages has 2 or 3 second pause. So I'd say that the biggest difference, Coach, is these kids have to have control of this weight. And that's not something that comes easy if you've never experienced it, you don't realize how hard that is.
Yeah, so in short, a PE lift is completely different from a powerlifting lift.
Yes, it's comically easier, Coach, comically easier.
Let's talk about how do you practice during the season with these boys and girls? And before we get into the individual people, just talk about your overall practice. How does that go?
So during our season, during in-season for powerlifting, we'll meet up, and first thing we have to do is condition them because you have to understand these athletes are doing 3 over 90% squats, followed immediately by close to maxing out on their bench press, followed immediately by close to maxing out on their deadlift, all within a period of 3 or 4 hours. So we spent a couple weeks conditioning, a lot of high rep loads. But once we get into the season and the kids are good and they won't get hurt, we have to treat this like every rep is a game-winning rep. I mean, there can't be any off a day in the gym. Everything must be perfect. Every rep has to be to standard. You can't get into the habit. I'm a firm believer in practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes permanent. So it's a lot slower and more controlled than you would think. It's all about being perfect.
So there's a form of discipline involved where it's a disciplined type of lift, but also the individual has to be disciplined to get the work in.
Oh, absolutely. It's very similar to track, honestly. It is all of it is. It's individual. I could be there. I could tell them good. I could tell them bad, but it is up to the individual. And you know this as well as I do, Coach. What are they doing outside of the gym? Are they doing these accessories? Are they sleeping? Are they eating well? Are they going to the gym and continuing to do these honest, good things? Or are they maybe didn't have that good of a lift and maybe they're going to the gym and aren't doing the right things? Luckily, our team, we don't have that much of a problem with that. But, it's just like track, Coach. We can only do so much.
Yep. Now, let's get into the success that the individuals had in the program and overall as the program. Just talk about the success y'all having.
Oh, yeah, Coach. Last year we had one athlete make it to state last year. It was Olivia Nakan, and a superb athlete, Coach. Great student. We had a handful of boys that were right on the cusp of making it to state last year. But the way this works is you have to be the top 10 of your weight class throughout the state to be able to be invited to the state meet. And I believe last year we had 3 or 4 boys that were in the top 13 or 14, so they were right there on the edge. Olivia Nakan made it. She went to state. I believe she took home 8th place last year. This year we had Corinne Adams. Unfortunately, Olivia got hurt this year, so she didn't get to do a repeat. But Corinne Adams, junior that I have, she made it to state this year, and she did phenomenal as well. I think she took home 10th. And again, this year we had probably 3 or 4 boys that were really close, Coach. I'm talking 11th or 12th place. Dominic Duce, Will Louvier, Nikolai Dardar, Getty Cheramie, so many. Actually, now that I'm saying it out loud, they might have had 7 boys inside of the top 15. And again, Coach, these are athletes that have been lifting on their own for years. Obviously, we're getting them together and we're teaching them form, but that strength didn't happen through me. These are seriously hardworking students.
Yeah, and talk about how the powerlifting, how they come together as a team, because you're watching some of these lifts, they cheer each other on. It's intense when you're watching that.
Oh yeah, it's funny you bring that up, Coach, because powerlifting out in the other meets, it's very gentlemanly. They don't cheer, they don't make breaks. It's very much like a track program, I suppose, but that's not how we do it. I might take a little bit of credit for this. I am ex-military. I'm more of a rah-rah guy. So when I'm in the gym and I'm seeing kids are having rough days, we turn it on a little bit. We get a little boot campish. And this year I had a captain, Dominic Duce. He is one of a kind. And he and I have a very similar motivation pattern or motivation style. So when we would go to these meets, Dominic, no one else is making a break, but Dominic brings the whole team in, power on 3, 1, 2, 3, power, and the whole room freaks out. It's infectious, Coach. It's infectious. They love it. It's different, Coach. It's different. We have a good program over here.
Yeah, and let's talk about that. It's not the only sport that these people do. A lot of them, correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of these people use powerlifting to help them in other sports, correct?
Oh, absolutely, Coach. And that is actually how I advertise this program. I'm not going to pretend like I'm sure there are some athletes that love, eat, sleep, and breathe powerlifting, and I'm all for it. But I know most of my athletes are using this to get bigger, stronger, and faster, and that's exactly how I advertised it when we started this. Like you're a football player, you're a sophomore that's looking to get playing time. Well, then come squat with me. You're going to get stronger. You're going to get faster. You need to come do this. That's how I advertise it. I think I might have 2 or 3 powerlifters that only do powerlifting. They all do other sports, which is amazing. We love seeing it.
Yeah, that's good to see.
Well, I was just going to say before we hang up, from one veteran to another veteran, thank you for your service there, Coach.
Oh, I appreciate you, Chuck. I appreciate you.
Ditto.
Yeah. And Coach, let's talk the season for powerlifting. When y'all have meets, and how long does that last?
Yes, sir. So it's a winter sport. Our season officially starts right after Thanksgiving, usually the Monday after, and we can't have meets until I want to say mid-December, but the meets don't really start ramping up until around February. Late January, early February, you start seeing, because the kids have developed, they're at their top lift, they're peaking, you start seeing some big numbers. Middle of February, early March, we'll have regionals. The boys and girls are separated by a week, and then state is usually 2 or 3 weeks after that. So right around the end of March. I think this year it was April 1st was the last day of state, but it's usually the end of March.
And
that's when our season ends.
Oh, my bad. I seen on Facebook a little bit where some people were filming. Y'all had like a power fundraiser it was, or a lift-a-thon?
Well, yeah, it was going to be a fundraiser, but it's only my second rodeo. So it ended up being a show-off. So when I was in school, they had this thing. It was Super Tarp, and it was a shirt that everybody wanted. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was a 300-pound bench press that you needed to do to get to it. So I really want to bring that back. So we're going to do an in-house meet every year, and that's what you saw on Facebook. I call it the Super Tarp Summit. So there is a scoring mechanism. Long story short, if they can attain a pound-for-pound lift, they will earn Super Tarps. And we actually had, I think, 5 or 6 athletes that would have earned Super Tarp this past weekend. So I'm going to try to do it each year, the week after state, have a show-off, because, not all athletes get to go to meets. Not all athletes got to go to regionals. Give them an opportunity to really show their family and their community how much they've grown. Also, for me, I could track that data. I can give it to them at the end of the year. Like, hey, man, the beginning of the year, this was you. Look at where we are now. And, kids love to see that, man. Everyone does, not just kids. We love to see our own growth and to make it tangible. So that's the goal behind that.
Coach,
end of the year hoorah.
I'm going to throw another one at you. Dominic Duce was one of our board operators, producer at the radio station, and I think he was like maybe a 10th grader or so, but he was a little butterball, and then he turned into a man. Yeah. He started powerlifting and lost 30, 40 pounds, but he put muscle back on his bone, on his structure, and he is one tough young man. Thank you for what you did.
Oh, I appreciate you. That's him, Coach. That is a one-of-a-kind athlete. That man is going to be successful at whatever he chooses to do.
Yeah, no doubt. Back when I was teaching in my younger years, I got me a Super Tarp shirt.
Yeah, did you?
I did. I had the key for where they were locked up at.
Yeah, yeah, that's legit. I love
that's the only way I would get one. But, Coach, any in the future, any aspirations there to hold a powerlifting meet at school?
Oh, absolutely, sir. So the main limiting factor on meets, the issue we ran into this year actually, is the fact that these rigs, they cost like $2,000. These things that you have to use, and you have to rent them from the LHSPLA, which is in Baton Rouge. So you would have to drive. Essentially, the equipment is the limiting factor. But I linked up with a Corey Corey Bro, I believe, at Ellender. He's the powerlifting coach there, and he found a very, very, like, an unbelievable deal. One of those deals that you swear your credit card's going to get stolen on the internet. So he gave me the link, and, we made a purchase. I found the guy. He bought it, and now we have the equipment here. So next year I plan on hosting 2, maybe even 3 true powerlifting meets with, like, Central or Thibodeau, in addition to our own Super Tarp Summit, again, similar to what we did last week.
Yeah, that is awesome.
We'll be hosting 2 or 3 meets.
Yeah, that is awesome. Well, Coach, thanks so much for the time. We really appreciate you coming on, and we're going to stay connected where we're going to promote the powerlifting sport here at school. We're going to promote it for you guys as much as we can.
I appreciate you, Coach. Thank you so much. Appreciate the time.
All right. Coach Matt Cheramie, powerlifting coach, tremendous job they are doing, and just the improvement. And I watched Corinne Adams at that summit, and it's just remarkable, the improvement that these kids are making. Let's go ahead and take a break. When we get back, I think we're going to have some special guests in the studio for our last segment. This is Inside Tarpon Athletics on KLEB.
Gen Gators Power Systems is the area's leading Kohler standby generator solution, specializing in maintenance, repair, and installation on all major brands, from gas to diesel and 2kW to 2000. Home or commercial, our team has you covered. Our factory-certified technicians and installers are highly trained to provide response and repair when you need it the most. We service what we sell, period. Trust the Gen Gators, where we sink our teeth into service.
Henry Lafont, a proud South Lafourche High School alumni and Lafourche Parish School Board member for District 7, will always put the education of Lafourche Parish children as his top priority. Henry Lafont would like to wish the South Lafourche High School teams all the best this school year. Go Tarpons, from Henry Lafont, Lafourche Parish School Board member, District 7.
3T Oil Change is an efficient, quick loop service that offers oil changes for gas and diesel engines, brake tags, tire sales and services, engine and cabin air filters, bulb replacement, and wiper blades with the convenience of a drive-through. No appointment necessary. 3T Oil Change on Main Street in Cutoff. Call 798-7401. Proud supporter of South Lafourche sports. 3T Oil Change says, go Tarpons!
Henry Lafont, a proud South Lafourche High School alumni and Lafourche Parish School Board member for District 7, will always put the education of Lafourche Parish children as his top priority. Henry Lafont would like to wish the South Lafourche High School teams all the best this school year. Go Tarpons, from Henry Lafont, Lafourche Parish School Board member, District 7.
Since 1949, Lafourche Furniture and Appliance has been providing high-quality furniture and appliances, helping transform houses into homes. Whether you're furnishing your first home, upgrading your kitchen, or simply looking for a single piece to complete a room, we're here to help you. Family-owned and operated, we take pride in treating every customer like one of our own. Lafourche Furniture and Appliance offers Whirlpool sales and service, Lazy Boy, and free local delivery. Visit us at 14672 West Main Street in Cutoff, or simply call 985-632-3131.
Welcome back to Inside Tarpon Athletics. Coach Brian Callais here with Truck. We got some special guests in the studio to end the show this evening. We got the 10 and under, the under U10 national champion Biddy basketball team here. Coach Jobie, Cantrelle, Coach Travis Terrebonne. And, Coach, turn it over to you. Introduce who's with us today.
Yeah, we got myself, Coach Travis, as you said. We got Kai Cantrelle and Big Lane Terrebonne.
Big Lane Terrebonne.
Big Lane.
Well, Coach, walk us through the process. Let's start from the beginning. Is there like a district tournament or regional tournament? How do you qualify for the nationals?
Yeah, so we had to go to regionals in order to be eligible to go to nationals. And that was pretty much the qualifier this year, just going to regionals.
Then once you get to the what do you have to do at regionals to advance?
This year was just they was taking whoever would go. They would take. I think we had 21 teams this year in total.
Nationals was 21 10-year-old teams competed in nationals.
Yeah. Wow. Then you get into is there a pool played in tournament
Right. So they do a pool play, and they kind of split us up by regional champs. And, so you'll typically have one top-end team, one kind of middle team, and one that maybe didn't place in the regionals. And then every team plays 2 pool play games, and then they kind of look at the results from there and decide single A, double A, triple A.
I was talking to Travis before, and he was very confident that if y'all got in to go after the pool play in the bracket, that y'all had a good chance of winning it.
Yeah, so one thing about Biddy is throughout the year, we're almost like a 1A if you compare it to high school 1A, picking from 60 kids or so, playing against teams that's picking from 10 times as many kids. So, the competition throughout the year did us a lot of good, playing the St. John's and the JPRDs and those types of teams throughout the season. But, yeah, single A is our home, so once we got a seeding in there, we knew we'd be competitive, absolutely.
May I ask the little guys here, or the big guys, how was it when you knew when that clock hit 0 that you were national champs? How was that feeling?
It was feeling great. I was living the dream at the time. I didn't know how to react.
Wait. A little louder. I heard living something. What?
I was living the dream at the time, and I didn't know how to react.
Okay.
It felt really good, and
he got a little gun shy. I'll tell you this. So just I guess navigating how we got to the whole deal was, we had I think pool play. We fell in the right pool because we played some really tough teams. We ended up playing St. Bernard and St. John, who got us prepared for what we were going to face in bracket play. And then what was really cool was as we navigated through bracket play, I think it's a big deal. We knocked off a team that traveled all the way from Kansas City, Missouri. And we kind of played bully ball through bracket play. We saw Mandeville, who we end up ultimately playing in the championship game. And they weren't ready for our physicality, but we had been bullied for 2.5 days. So we came out very physical, and we put it on them pretty handily. I think we ended up beating them by 20, close to it. And then let me tell you what, when they came back for the chip, they were chippy. Like, they wasn't allowing that. They hit shots against us. It was a 3-point game. They took the lead a few different times. We ended up winning by 3. But if we don't face the level of competition we faced in nationals and throughout the season, I don't know that we rise to the occasion like we did, because it took every man on the roster, and it took every second on the clock and every ounce of that expo marker to get us through that game.
Y'all play 8.5, 9-foot goal, 9 foot.
Yeah. And one thing that sticks out to me about the championship game was the level of game plan discipline that they showed. How you was talking about the Expo. We went in with a game plan, trying to play drop coverage on them. They had some kids that could really attack our closeouts. These guys did an amazing job of playing back. We played some offenses we hadn't really practiced a whole lot. Everything, they were locked in, and that's what won the game for us, I believe.
And that's one of the most impressive things, is that these young kids are getting a game plan from the coaches, and they're learning how to execute the game plan as a team and not individuals. And I think that's a big job. That's a big component of it.
Yeah, it absolutely is. Yeah. Like Coach Travis said, man, they came out and they played us completely different in the championship game. They pressed us in the first game, and from playing the St. John's of the world, little did they know we thrived in that. You know, we had some bigs that can play in space. The second game we played them, they completely changed it. They played a tight zone, and they made us change a good bit, but they rose to the occasion.
And when does the season start? Like, when did y'all start practicing for this tournament?
So typically at the end of the regular season, which is early mid-December to early January, we'll start practicing with tournaments rolling around end of January, early February.
And that's pretty much every weekend rolling?
Yeah, for the most part, besides Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras break will take off.
Well, look, let us know who's your favorite player.
Kobe Bryant.
Same, Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
How about your favorite team? Uh-oh.
The Oklahoma City Thunder.
New Orleans Pelicans.
Oh, we got a winner and a not-winner here with the Pelicans.
Homebody.
But yeah, look, I cheer for the Pelicans too, and it's frustrating. But
hey, we on Inside Tarpon Athletics, and I hate to get off the show without. As we were going into the championship game, man, I felt like we brought the tank with us on the North Shore, and our boys got some really, really cool video messages from Coach Pokey, Coach Lee, and a lot of the players sent them some video message that we were able to share with them before the game. It was streamed live, so if you didn't get to watch it, it's still on Facebook land. He was watching a replay of the game the other night, and I still haven't watched it yet, but I couldn't be happier with the level of support that we got from the high school squad. It might sound really small to some people being 10-year-old single A national champions, but one fact is that no boys team from down the bay has ever won a national tournament. So we're going to carry this one with us for a long time.
Congratulations, guys.
yeah, look, a lot of hard work goes into it. These two guys here can attest to it, I'm sure. How were practices?
How is it playing for a couple of dads? How's that?
Tough.
I was just saying, it'd probably be the same answer.
Yeah, well, anything else? What? Look, academics comes first, man. What is your favorite subject in school?
Reading.
Math.
There we go, reading and math. Not PE?
Not yet.
No.
Not yet, huh?
Yeah, but Travis, you're right. Look, the community support down here is just tremendous. And with things happen for a reason. We had Hurricane Ida damage the gym, but now that gym is so much louder the way it's built now, and that just adds to the home court advantage.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's a special community for the support.
I think
future fish for the tank.
Basketball right now, I said this on the last time we were here, like basketball is going to make a roaring comeback against the other travel sports if you have coaches that want to develop players and you have kids that want to buy in. And I tell you what, both of us, we didn't miss a beat. Jobie's 14-year-old team actually placed second at nationals, first ever 14-year-old national tournament. And then we ended up winning it, and we didn't even take a week off. Both of us rolled right into Summer League AAU, not because we don't have anything else to do, but because one thing, this community has elevated the sport so much since you've been there. South Lafourche has a storied basketball history, but it's at a high right now, and I felt like both of us said, man, we got an opportunity to provide a pipeline to South Lafourche for boys' talent. These guys are 10 years old, so 7-8 years. We got players that want to play. Let's keep playing. So we got two of our Summer League Flash players here, and Jobie and I have already played a tournament for Summer League, so we ain't stopping, man. We're trying to win another one.
A lot does depend on the talent, but the coaches have to show you the correct way to play basketball.
Yep.
Don't be afraid to pass. Don't be afraid to take it.
That's right.
And the thing is, I think basketball now, what y'all doing, it's not daddy ball like some other sports have in the summer.
Right.
And I think that's a big difference.
Well, congratulations from the Coastal Broadcasting team over here for winning the national championship.
And look, before we get out of here, I'm sure there's got to be a girl you want to tell hi. Looking at camera. I'm good.
Guy.
None?
Mama, not even mama?
Mom, I love you.
Got a shout
My
out
mom and my grandma.
There you go.
My mom.
Shout out to Mama Megan, the team mom. Yep. Come on, bro, give her a shout out.
He looks like he's haunt.
Anything but haunt. This is two if you needed a picture for fun chalk on a basketball court.
Oh, okay.
These two right here.
Well, look, make sure you tell your parents any chance you get, they do something for you, thank you, and that you love them. Make sure you do that because they're not here forever. Now, that's
wise words.
Yes.
Yep.
And I love those answers. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That goes a long way, no doubt. Well, guys, thank you all so much for coming in. Congratulations on national championship. And we're going to be watching you guys throughout your career. And now you got to bring back another one.
That's right.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Thank you all.
10 and under Biddy basketball national champions here, right here from South Lafourche. That'll put an end to our show. Here we want to thank everyone for coming in, all of the coaches at South Lafourche for coming in. I know they had a meeting tonight, and we kind of wiggled around and got them with their interviews. So I want to thank them a whole bunch, and I want to thank you guys again for coming in. We're back in 2 weeks, but before that, we're back here play-by-play tomorrow afternoon. You're listening to Inside Tarpon Athletics on KLEB. Have a good night, everyone.